What is up, guys? James here from the Light of Riga YouTube channel, and in this video we're going to be doing a reading for all my Sagittarius Sun sign friends. If you were born between the dates of November 22nd and December 21st and you are a Sagittarius Sun sign, and this video is for you. In today's reading we're going to be doing a look at the month ahead for the month of August for all my Sagittarians, and this spread is going to tell us what your past, present, and future energies are looking like, what you should hold on to for the month of August, what you should let go of, lessons you're going to learn. Basically, it's going to get you prepared to face the month of August in the most efficient, best way possible for the highest good. This is going to be a general overall reading, so not everything's going to apply to everybody in a specific way. But if you want a more specific reading tailored just for you, then head on over to my Etsy shop. You can check out the spreads that I offer there, and we can get down to the issues at hand for you specifically. And also that we're going to be using the Morgan-Greer Tarot, and this is a 70s deck. It's vibrant, it's colorful, it's very beautiful. I really like this deck a lot. I think you're going to like it too. So if you would, please just give me a moment to center myself and ask the tarot cards a question. What are the energies surrounding Sagittarius for the month of August? Alright, that ought to do it. Let's cut the deck, and we will deal them out. Alright, and in addition to this spread, I'm going to go to the Keepers of the Light Oracle deck, and we're going to ask the Keepers of the Light what spiritual message it has for Sagittarians this August. What is the spiritual message for Sagittarius this August? Alright, we will look at that at the end. Okay, so let's see what we've got here. Only one major arcana. No, one sword, so a nice mixture of everything. Okay, interesting. So I'm going to look at these cards individually, and then I'm going to look at them as a whole and see what they're trying to tell us. So the first card we're going to look at is this card here. This represents the energies of last month, so the energies of July, and we've got the Three of Swords. I get the sense here that July was maybe a tough month for a lot of you. Before I go any further, I would like to just reiterate, this is a general reading, so not everything will apply to you. So take what makes sense and leave the rest. But yeah, I'm getting a feeling of maybe disappointment, maybe even go as far as to say betrayal for the month of July. I don't get the feeling that things were working out very smoothly for a lot of you. And that there may have been some events that kind of made you question people's loyalty, or question your self-worth, or question another person's commitment to you. And ego, a lot of ego wrapped up in this, and maybe some event that wasn't as severe as you thought it was. You allowed it to get more power by putting your own ego mind into it. For instance, just an example, let's say someone said they didn't want to spend the day with you, and you say, oh, they hate me, they don't like me anymore, they despise me, and this relationship's over, when it could be they were just busy doing something important. You know what I mean? So that's just a crude example of allowing the ego mind to make things worse. Things that aren't that bad worse. So yeah, I hate to be so negative, but yeah, definitely the feeling of a dark cloud hanging over a lot of you in July. A lot of pressure, a lot of maybe disappointment is kind of the feeling I'm getting. And I can't get too specific about what it is, since this is a reading for a huge group of people. But let's think about how that may apply to your July. and see what that is trying to say. This card here represents the present energies. We've got the Nine of Cups, and I think you're starting to come out of that dark time, not necessarily dark time, but that challenging time, and you're starting to feel more alive, more prosperous, more happy, basically, because you're starting to focus on the positive things in life, and you know, life is feeding you positivity, and as a result, you kind of respond to it positively, and that positive response helps create a better reality in the future. So very good. I get the feeling that things are improving for a lot of you, and you're feeling pretty happy right now. I'm getting the sense that a lot of you are feeling pretty good, pretty accomplished right now, and you basically like where you're at this moment. This card here represents the energies of next month, in the month of August, and we've got the Knight of Cups. So what I see this card representing is that you're going to take the present satisfaction or satisfactory energies that you're feeling now, and you're going to start to put in action into them. You're going to start to put those into motion, and this could mean a lot of different things for a lot of different people, but this could be like acting on a crush, you know, and maybe telling the person that you're admiring how you feel. This could be going out and getting that job that you've been secretly wanting for a long time. This could be any number of things where you're kind of acting on your emotions, and you're trying to get results based on the feelings that you have inside. If some of you wanted to turn your hobby into a business, you know, this is that sort of thing. And I see that happening in August, and I'm not going to say whether it's a successful venture or not, but you're going to try at least, and you're going to see some sort of results, which is great. You know, you should be following your heart and your emotions. So this is a good card. I see some positivity coming in the near future for a lot of you, even though it may have been a little bit darker in the past, but I see the light coming, definitely. This card here represents what you should hold on to for the month of August, and we've got the Ten of Cups. And speaking, you know, we got the Nine of Cups here, and now this card is saying the Ten of Cups. So I think what this card is saying is, you know, take what you're feeling now, and even though it's not perfect, right? A lot of you may feel happy and content, but you know, down deep, there's something that's saying, oh, this is not perfect. You know, we don't have everything. But this card is asking you to realize that yes, you do. Anything that you want is just a desire, oftentimes driven by fear. So, you know, when we're not in the present moment and we're not really grateful for everything we have right now, we're kind of living in the future, and we're thinking about how things could be better. And that's not living in the present moment, is it? That's thinking about the future, and that a lot of times that's going to result in worry, fear, stress. So I think this card is saying to live more in the moment, realize how much you have, and realize that everything right now is absolutely perfect. There's nothing that you really need that's going to make you happier. That's only a perception that you hold. You can be eternally blissfully happy right now if you could only take stock of all the gifts that you have and show gratitude and appreciation for them. And that's what this card is asking you to do in August. And it's going to help you as you move forward following your passions to realize that you've already got everything, and anything that you get on top of this is an added beautiful bonus. All right. This card here represents the biggest struggles that you're going to, or you know, the biggest obstacle that you may encounter in the month of August, and we've got the Four of Wands. Give me a second to go into this card and see what it's trying to tell us. I feel that the biggest obstacles that you're likely to encounter are going to come from the home life. It's going to come from where you live, and this is probably going to be roommates or family members, significant others, kids. I think they're going to cause a little bit of an issue for you. I can't say exactly what kind of issue they're going to cause. It's going to be a lot of different things for a lot of different people, but I do feel like family strife, at home strife. And nothing really major. I'm not seeing like a huge blowout or anything, but I am seeing like some challenges coming from the home, coming from those closest to you, generally those who live with you, whoever you live with. Maybe this could be like some housing problems, possibly for some of you, that it can manifest in that way. Maybe something in your house is going to need an upgrade, or maybe something in your home fails, like an appliance or something. And it's going to be a challenge, but this is nothing you can't handle. This is pretty you know, petty stuff in the grand scheme of things. I do see August as being a very positive time for a lot of you. So this is not going to be a huge impediment, but that is likely to be the source of your major headaches, is it from the home. This card here represents what to let go of for the month of August. We've got the Page of Pentacles. Okay, ooh, I'm getting definite sense here. Whereas the Knight of Cups is going to be looking forward and looking to create based on his emotion, the Page of Pentacles is kind of, I wouldn't say the opposite, but it's kind of an impediment, because the Page of Pentacles is worrying about the logistics. This card is saying drop the logistics of how things are going to happen. All that you are required to do this month is to follow your passion. Don't worry about how it's going to manifest itself, how it's going to take root into this earth. That is not something that is your concern this month. That might come later, possibly, but this month it's about creating that first initial burst of energy that's going to get you closer to your goals, right? But what you do need to let go of is worrying about the logistics. How much is it going to cost? How long is it going to take? What do I have to do to make this, and this happen? These are all things that you can worry about later. Right now, we are just creating. We're taking those initial steps and we're running with them, okay? We're not worrying about the logistics. And just know that those will be taken care of for you in the grand scheme of things. They're not something you really need to worry about. When they pop up, you can handle them, but really thinking about them and dwelling on them and thinking, you know, and just spending your energy on them is not something you need to focus on this month, okay? So let go of that. This card here represents the energy of the people around you, and we have the Lovers. Now remember, this is a general energy for a large group of people in your life. You know, certain individuals will have different energies, but this is relating to the group of people in your life as a whole, and what general energy that they're going to embody. And I see nothing but support here. I see nothing but love and admiration from the people in your life. I see them as being supportive and wanting you to succeed and wanting you to follow your heart especially. I think a lot of people in your life are going to pick up on the fact that you're trying to follow your bliss right now. And, you know, those of them, the people in your life who really care about you are going to, you know, support you every step of the way, because they want to see you happy. And they want to see you happy because you're doing what you want to be doing, because that's what your heart is telling you to do. So for the most part, people are going to be very supportive this month, and you know, be sure to show them the same love back, so that there's an open giving and receiving and some reciprocation there, to tell them that yes, I appreciate the love that you and support that you give, and I give it right back to you because you deserve it as well. And that's a beautiful thing, and I'm very envious of you guys. This is a great card to get in this position, and it is looking great for the month of August. I can't lie on that. Alright, this card here represents the biggest lesson you're likely to learn in the month of August, and we have, oh, the High Priestess. This card to me is saying the lesson that you need to learn is to figure out what you truly want. Figure out, you know, you're not going to be able to follow your heart if you don't know what it is, and you have to just really do some soul searching, some tough questions, some shadow work in order to figure out what you truly want out of this world and out of this life. And that's something that's going to have to happen if you're going to truly follow your passions this month. You're going to have to ask yourself some tough questions. You're going to have to get to the bottom of your root shadow issues. You're going to have to really know who you are inside in order to know where you want to go. So there's going to be an element of soul searching this month, I do believe. Whether this comes through meditation or spending time in nature, or really just spending time alone trying to get to the bottom of who you are. So that is a lesson that you're likely to learn, and it's a good lesson because it's going to get you closer to yourself. So don't shy away from that sort of thing this month. If you feel the urge to really ask yourself the tough questions, allow that to happen, and allow the answers to come up in a free, natural way where you don't have any preconceived notions of them. Okay, so let's look at the cards as a whole and see what the general things we got going on here. As far as the progression of time, I'm seeing you guys come out of like a low period, maybe last month or even a little bit before that, and you're finally out of it, and you're pulling yourself out of it. You're putting on a bright, happy face. You're being positive for yourself and for the world, and that's going to really help you, enable you to really put those emotions to good use, put them to work in this world, and start creating using your emotions so that you're creating from a place of love, and that's going to get you all the things that you want and then some. But what you got to keep in mind is that you have to be truly happy with where you are now in order to make your future better. All right. If you're worried about, if you're concerned about your lack, your present day lack, that's basically all future thinking is. It's like, oh, I'm not gonna have this in a month, and that's just you're cashing in on your present moment and you're exchanging it for negative energy for the future, and that's not helping. So be eternally blissful for everything that you have now. Be grateful and be happy that you have it, because that's going to help you to create from a place of purity. I see a little bit of strife coming from the home. I'm not 100% sure how this might materialize in your life, but you know, if you're a homeowner, I do see maybe possibly some little problems arising physically, but this could also be emotionally with the people that you live with. So I do see the biggest struggles coming from the home life, but nothing major, nothing big. And then don't worry about the details. This is not the time for the minutia. Just focus more on what your dream is and the first steps that you need to do to achieve it, and the logistics will come later. Okay, don't worry about those. The people in your life are going to be very supportive, very helpful, very nurturing for you, so really draw on them as a source of inspiration and support, because that's going to be a great thing for you to have. It's going to help you to take on their beautiful positive energies and put them into what you're trying to accomplish. So but be sure that you're reciprocating and you're giving the love back to them, so that there's an open exchange. And then the lesson you're going to learn is that none of this comes without some soul searching. You're going to have to know thyself in order to progress on this path. And this might take a month, it might take longer, but you have to really ask yourself the tough questions so that you have a clear idea of what your focus should be. Alright, so that is the spread. Before we go, we consulted the Keepers of the Light Oracle, and we asked it what spiritual message it has for Sagittarians this August, and we got, oh, Master Jesus, forgiveness. You are on the path of light, love, and forgiveness. Father, healing is possible at this time. Okay, so this loving energy that you're feeling right now, I think if you haven't already self-forgiven, that's an energy that you can really focus on. Whatever, I don't know what happened in July, and I don't know why there was some problems there, but I think you're starting to come out of it. And what's really going to help you to come out of it is to have some self-forgiveness, okay? You did everything you could, and the people around you did everything they could, and there's no need to judge. You know, if you think about the teachings of Jesus, there's no reason to judge others. Just be sure that you're focused on yourself and always improving yourself, and not really beating yourself up for your mistakes, because your mistakes are your opportunities to learn. So Master Jesus here is saying that just self-love and love for others and forgiveness is going to really propel you forward. That's going to be the right vibration to resonate to this month, because it's going to help you move forward to create the life that you truly want, need, and enjoy. Alright, that is going to be the reading for today. I hope you guys enjoyed that and got something out of it. Remember, this was a general overall reading, and if you want a more specific reading tailored just for you, then head on over to my Etsy shop. I'll put a link in the description and in the card, so you can just click that button and go over there and check out the different spreads and readings that I have available, where I tap into your specific energies. If you did like this video, then please consider giving it a like. It really lets me know that I did something well. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, then put those in the comment section below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say about these readings. And if you really enjoyed this reading, please consider subscribing, because I release these videos regularly and you don't want to miss out. Alright guys, I really do appreciate you stopping by and coming for this reading. Leave a like if you enjoyed this. Have a great month. Happy tarotting. Peace.